apologize if this video does seem a bit rushed. I just wanted to get it out there as quickly as possible, but I seriously got a date in 20 minutes. Alright, you got me, okay? I don't have a date, I'm terribly single. I'm sorry. But I do have kickball. Business from scratch. Alright, welcome back to another video of this series where I document my journey of building up a business from the ground up and sharing it with all of you. Now, this video, I want to start off with some good news. I officially have my food license. I am a licensed baker. It's crazy to say. Yeah, I am so very close to officially starting. This was the last big thing I needed. Mind-blowing. If there's a lesson in this, if you put enough work into it and you stick with it, no matter how long it takes, no matter how long you thought it would take, I thought I would be selling back in May. I thought I would be selling stuff out of my kitchen behind me here, but no, I'm in a commercial kitchen. It's great. Through your state website, you know, the same site where you can apply to get your driver's license, there's a page where you can apply to get a food license. So you put in your business information, give some details on what exactly you're doing, and you submit. It does cost some money. For example, the license I got was about a little less than $200, and then you just wait for someone to reach out to you. I did have a contact at the kitchen that I'm renting, the person who rents it out. They have a good relationship with the person who would inspect the kitchen, inspect my cooking ability, and so that helped a little bit. It did just take some time due to scheduling conflicts, but we scheduled a time to inspect the kitchen. Now, please don't make the same mistake I did, which is not realizing that the inspection is not just for the kitchen, it's also for yourself. Like less than 3 days before the actual inspection, I was informed that I was reminded that I would have to prepare something for this inspection, and that completely caught me off guard. So please don't make the same mistake. Be prepared, otherwise you would be just like me and spending the next 2 days scrambling to get small wares, to get packaging, which I ended up having to buy from Amazon instead of an official source. I had to go to Walmart to get sticker paper and print my labels out myself, cut them out myself, just so I could put them onto a box, so I could package them there. The recipe also takes 12 hours to make. I had 2, so I had to make an abbreviated version of the recipe. It was super crazy, but please just be prepared beforehand. And just know that you are going to have to cook in front of the inspector just so they can watch you and make sure that you are preparing the food safely. And that can sound stressful if you're in the process and you're going leading up to it, like, am I going to do well? If you already have the certification, you'll be fine. I reviewed some of my notes, that helped a little bit, but honestly, again, it's mostly common sense when it comes to food safety. Wash your hands, put on gloves, change and wash your hands again, during different steps, use the dishwasher properly. If you have sinks, make sure again you're just washing properly. Clean up after yourself, again using detergent, water, sanitizer. I know, again, it sounds like a lot, but you went through the certification process. I assume you passed. And if that's the case, then yeah, you're fine. I ended up fine. I got my license, and I wasn't even ready 3 days before. By the way, this is what the packaging came out. Again, this is just a prototype. It's definitely way too tall. This is meant to be like a single serving size. Yeah, definitely way too tall. But the logo, nutrient label, the facts there. By the way, follow me on Butterbend Bakes. I am starting to post a bit more consistently, both on X and Instagram. Now I want to talk about small wares. You can order online, but I would definitely recommend seeing if there's something in your area that sells restaurant equipment, specifically things like mixing bowls, storage containers, measuring cups, knives, spatulas, all of that you would need within a kitchen. It'll all be up to code, it'll all be safe to use, and I just like doing it in person. One, support local. As a soon-to-be open local business, I definitely agree with that statement. But again, it could be cheaper. It often will be. And most importantly, the reason why I wanted to do it in person was being able to see what I was buying in person rather than looking at some picture online and assuming that was good enough. And also just being able to go to the store and see what I needed, know that's what I need, and walking out with it after buying it, of course. Don't steal. Clothing. If you need clothing, I went through ChefWorks, mostly because they just have an Amazon page and had 1-day delivery. But honestly, I was very impressed with the chef coat. Like, I got a nice chef coat with the buttons, very official looking. It's in the laundry right now, so I don't have it available. But it was super comfortable. It was breathable. So I would recommend that. Alright, so I got my license now. I have all my small wares that are at the kitchen. The reason why I haven't officially started yet, though, is because now I need official packaging and official labels. Like I mentioned previously, the last one is a prototype. It just won't work, especially if I have to print off my own labels. I have to buy boxes from Amazon. The cost per unit is going to skyrocket because of that, and I don't want to do that. But then also the sticker paper kept jamming my printer, and I don't want to do that. So getting packaging and labels. Let's start with packaging. I went through Web Restaurant, which is an online source. I went through them rather than something local. One, I couldn't really find any great options that were local. There was one I almost went with. The problem is they would have signed me up on contract pricing, which is kind of like signing up for a subscription. Subscribe on Save on Amazon, where you pay monthly, but you also receive the product on regular intervals. The reason I don't want to go with it now is because I don't know my sales volume yet. Once I have a better idea, I'm more inclined to go with the contract pricing, because then I know, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go through this many packages for the cinnamon rolls on this regular basis. This is how much I would like to order. So that's why I went with this online source. The online source also had more options available in terms of sizing, so I was able to pick what worked best. If you're also a baker and you just want to know what size to get, I recommend laying out your things out on parchment paper as if they were inside a box, and then just using like a pencil. You want about a 1/2 inch out on each of the sides. So a 1/2 inch out using a pencil, marking down where the outline of the box would be, and then just using a tape measure to figure out what the dimensions are. Just keep in mind you won't be able to always find every single dimension. For example, I had to order what are essentially pizza boxes for my largest order size just because I couldn't find anything that had exactly the right dimension. But you know, pizza box works. Yeah, so packaging actually came in yesterday and it's a lot more insane than I thought it would be. Look at this. Look at this is one of my packages. I got 3 more of different sizes over there. Like this is huge. I thought it was going to be a tiny little thing. It is Alright, so you're probably thinking, you have your packages, obviously you have your labels now, right? Not quite. I did look into online sources again. However, there are actually labeling companies fairly close to me. So I'm waiting for quotes from them to see if I can get to see if I can get a better pricing from them. In terms of online resources, I found that the cheapest one, which is probably how you're going to want to start off right now, is Vistaprint. They just seemed, just cheapest price from what I saw, and they also had some customization options that could come in handy later. So I thought that was a great option. One thing I do want to mention though, all the packaging, the labels, it adds up, especially if you order a large volume. Like I'm thinking of getting 1,000 of each label I need. Keep in mind I need 17 different labels to account for the different variations. For example, I need a separate label for the 12 pack than I do for a 1 pack. And if it's glazed or unglazed, the labeling changes there too. So that's why I need so many different labels, is just to account for variations. The pricing does add up. It's like a sitcom where something's super expensive and everyone's just like, whoa, but they won't tell you how much it is. That's what this is. But keep in mind, the first one you buy is an investment. That's just the way it's going to be. But all future ones will be paid for by what you sell. So for example, I know I'm only getting 1,000 of the labels that say like, hey, follow me on social media or visit my website. So I know after 1,000 sales, I'm going to need to order more of those labels. However, buying those next 1,000 labels isn't going to be as expensive isn't going to feel expensive, because part of each of those sales that I made previously is going towards paying for those labels. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you're thinking like, man, do I really need to spend this much every single time I want to buy labels? No. Well, yes. But the second and third and fourth time you do it, you have the funds available rather than just saying like, oh, okay, this is going to come out of pocket. So, just some words of wisdom there. Anyways, that brings us to the end of this video. Just wanted to tell you I got my license now, and what happened during that licensing process, what I'm working on now with the licensing process. yeah, I am super close. Like I just need labeling, and then I just need to set up my website so it is able to accept orders through there. And yeah, it goes to show that while it is a lot of work, building your own business is possible. And I'm super excited that I put in all this work and it finally pays off. And then I can start.